Hi guys, and thanks for joining me today. This tutorial is just going to be a really brief tutorial about how to use my Photoshop snow brushes. So first of all, you should have access to Photoshop because these brushes I don't believe will work in any other program. I'm not 100% sure how Lightroom is. I don't use Lightroom, but I know actions and presets are different and they're different files, so I'm assuming that a brush might be a different file. But like I said, I do not know, so you should probably look that up before purchasing. But if you did purchase my brushes, I wanted to say thank you very much. I appreciate it. So this image was a fall photo session, sorry. And I just wanted to play around with the snow and the different things that I was selling, the actions. So this color for the background is part of my winterizing or winter wonderland action. And the snow in this image so far is just a snow overlay. Also, I have those for sale. But if you would rather work with a brush, then I have the brushes for sale too, and that is what this tutorial is about. Okay, so if you already have your brushes uploaded, that's fine. If not, you can click right here next to your brush. Oh, first you have to select your brush. You can click right here and go to this little gear, and the drop down you'll see import brushes. If you click that, you'll be able to locate your brushes. And you just click load for that. Also, another way is to just bring up your downloads. You have to unzip the brush folder first because you'll need this ABR file, and you just click it and drag it and drop it right here on what brush you have selected, and then it will be in your brush category or catalog, whatever it is. Okay, so now that we have our brushes, you pick the one that you want. You select this little arrow and it will drop down your brushes. We are going to use the heavy snow brush, so that's just these little dots. You can have your opacity and flow set to whatever you would like. And you need to come over here and add a new layer. So you don't want to duplicate your background layer, you just want to add a new layer. So it'll just be this, it'll be on top of your background and you won't have to worry about affecting your pre-existing image. Okay, so we have our brushes selected, we have white selected. So now I want you to go to this little folder with your brush inside and click on Shape Dynamics. I want you to move your size jitter all the way to 100%, your angle jitter all the way to 100%, and then click on Scattering and move your scatter all the way to 100%. What this does is it takes these three dots and it makes it so that when you click and hold and drag, it doesn't just give you a straight line of three dots. This makes it so that it scatters. I don't know if you can see in this box right here. It scatters it out and it gives it a little more of a realistic look. So then we want to put that back and we're just going to drop this all over. Now this particular snow is very large. I had my brush size set very large. And now I can go back and move them much smaller. Just do the same thing again. So obviously that looks like confetti. It looks nothing like snow, but we can fix that. Actually, I want to get rid of my small snow. I'm going to leave my large snow. And I'm going to put my small snow on a completely different layer so we can edit them separately. So we can make our small snow not as blurry. And so we'll work on our first layer with the large pieces of snow. Okay, I'm going to come up here to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur. And mine is set at 10% or 10 pixels, and I'm going to leave that. I want to go to Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and it's set to 3.6%, and you can just play around with that however you would like it to look. So I personally like about 20% right here because it leaves you big, it gets rid of the round spots and it leaves you those big white dots that make it look like the snow is up close to the camera and it's out of focus and it's blurred. So that's personally the way that I like that to be. And for our smaller snow, we're going to click on that layer, come back up to Filter, Blur, and we want this to be a little bit less, maybe about 5% at the most, 4%, 4 pixels, sorry. Okay, so then there's your snow, and it looks a lot more realistic than it did when we started, but it's all over the place. And now if you want to brush it off of your subject or off of an area, you just add a layer mask. And I'm going to add a layer mask to both. Your layer mask is white, so your brush should be black. And you want to make sure that you have your soft round brush selected. And it depends on what you are going for. If you want 100% painted off or just, I don't know, about 50, you still want it kind of there, you're not sure. Okay, so we're going to click on our other layer. I'm going to paint this off as well. I actually like it on her hair and her clothing. I just don't want it on her face. Okay, so now I'm going to click here and Alt, click, Shift click, and that will select both of them. And I'm going to drag them down here to my group, and then there's just, they're both in a group. That's not necessary, but I like to do it that way just so I can keep everything organized. So there's our before image and our after image. A lot more winter wonderland kind of feel. I love this big blurry snow. I think it makes it look a lot more realistic. So again, with our before and our after. So thank you guys for joining me, and again, thank you for purchasing any of my products. I hope you are enjoying them, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please just let me know, and I would be happy to speak with you about that. But have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.